Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm a dumb dad.
And my name is Evan, and I'm a dumb dad. And boy, Kevin, do we have a treat for the listeners today.
A returning guest, not for this season, but somebody we have had on the Dumb Dad Podcast. And it's a treat. You got to have him back.
None other than FitDadCEO himself, Dave Ogleton, the king of dad jokes, is here on the podcast today.
He's going to talk a little bit about his new show, Full Grown. He's been interviewing some people, kicking that off. But we're also just going to talk parenting, how he is a father of 6, which is Evan and I's kids combined, plus more.
Our two families completely combined makes up the amount of people that live in his house.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah. And he tells us how he keeps track of it all. Or,
does he?
Doesn't.
Let's get into it. Let's listen to our podcast. FitDadCEO, Dave Ogleton.
Dave, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks.
He's back.
We had you on a while ago.
2 summers, not this summer, but the last summer. Yeah. Two summers ago. Yeah.
We traveled to your Airbnb at the time, and there was like a Superman in the room.
Yes.
Other than yourself.
You have an Iron Man in your room, right?
Well, I had to change out the Iron Man because the pieces kept breaking because the mannequin kept falling over because the kids kept going near it. So I decided to go with a more unbreakable one, and I switched it into my Fantastic Four costume that I was supposed to wear for Halloween. But as you can tell, I kept the Iron Man mask on him.
Yeah.
So
that's so unsettling.
Like it's like a legit. Isn't it? It's a little. But I needed change. I needed something different. Okay.
Yeah.
For the listeners only, it's a full on Fantastic Four costume from the newest film. Yeah. Wearing
with Iron Man's helmet.
So it's just a full person.
You should have just got the Iron Man suit that fits like into the briefcase or like into a wallet, that he pushes the button and the whole thing appears on his body.
The nanotech?
That way you could just slide it into a drawer. Yeah, nanotech.
Well, then, Evan, he could just hold up a wallet and say it's an Iron Man wallet. By that logic.
Yeah. I don't want to pull it out right now. It gets kind of... Yeah. Kevin and I have had so many conversations about the nanotech, which is just like...
People hated the nanotech suit for some reason. I loved it just because I'm obsessed with Iron Man. I love Iron Man. But people did not like the nanotech suit.
So I love Iron Man. I didn't like that. I don't mind the nanotech in the comics. I didn't like it in the movies because I feel like, to me, I guess just the suit up I didn't care for. Like
that's what people missed, the suit up. That's what it was.
What he made with it was cool. When he was making like swords and stuff, I was like, sure, fine, it all rearranges. That's cool. But I didn't like the suit up because I just think it takes away from it. Like that suitcase one is kind of undefeated.
Yeah.
The helicopter one's legit good.
The one right before, I knew the one right before he fought Ivan.
Civil War.
Is that who it was? Are you talking about the briefcase one where he's doing the Grand Prix in Monaco?
Yeah, the Grand Prix one is probably the best one. The helicopter one where he's in a helicopter and he presses a button and it throws him back.
And he just kind of lays back and he's like,
that's because I think what's cool about that versus like the nanotech is like when you watch that stuff, you're like, oh, I want to do that. And then when you see like nanotech, you go, that's not real.
I honestly if I had the choice between an actual suit and like nanotech, I would want an actual suit because I would want to be able to like put the helmet on and like even just going through I know it was like a long process for like the Avengers movies, like when they showed him landing on the Avengers Tower and he had to walk through it and all the stuff was like being taken off of him. I'm like, who cares? That's awesome. I want that versus nanotech.
That's so cool. Unless you have to like as a father with kids.
I just thought of that same thing too.
You have to pee and you're just like, oh, God, can we get this out faster?
Yeah, I mean, if we could just take my sweatsuit off and put a new sweatsuit on for the drop-off line, that'd be sick.
That's what I would want it for.
Well, see, no. See, now you're in Wallace and Gromit territory. Now we're in just like pulls you out of bed, slides the clothes back on.
Yeah.
What are we doing today, Gromit?
Slaps you with a bar of soap and is
Why aren't you a billionaire?
Some people like to keep it humble, Kevin.
Yeah, we like to keep our ideas here, okay? We don't want to give them out to the world.
6 for me, 1 for the people. That's what I like to do. He's got some pretty incredible cures for diseases that he won't share.
Imagine your garage. Imagine the yard and tools and the yard work tools, the hardware tools you could have in your garage with nanotech. Like you could have an entire arsenal in a box.
I mean, you
Lawnmower,
wouldn't even need it. You would just be in your suit, like he made the swords and the shields and like all that stuff. He would just be like garden rake.
Comes out of your finger.
Comes out of your hands. Like
that's good unless you put it all in the toolbox and then shrink the toolbox, because then you're gonna lose the toolbox.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get you're gonna put it in a rabbit hole of losing.
That was a bad place to leave it, but you still
just
left
wrote
it there.
the plot of the next Ant-Man
Quantumania It's like
movie.
where's the lawnmower? It's like the size of a Tic Tac. It's like got some green on it. Where is that damn thing?
That's Ant-Man's job. He's just finding Iron
Just like
Man's
rummaging through a drawer of like
home things.
Oh, even better. We just wrote an entire season's worth of Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yeah.
Disney,
there we go.
Disney Junior.
Disney, listen up.
The show where
guys.
kids are just like going around the city saving the city. There's no adults.
No adults.
There's
anywhere.
no other people. They're
all the
people,
same
really.
size too. It's really weird. Like, I have actual gripes with some of these shows. Okay, don't get me started on Bubble Guppies. All right,
on Bubble Guppies.
PJ Masks.
It's so dumb. Like the
PJ
shows
Masks.
that we like. There's the shows that we like as parents are the ones that are like, yeah, you thought this through. For some of the parents too. The other ones were like, what a paycheck this is. I mean, you just sat down, wrote it in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like, can you at least make that kid not the same size as his parent? You're like, be serious. Come on, guys. Like, you didn't think about this at all right? Anyway, I could go on. Sorry.
How old is your youngest?
He's turning 5, actually, this month.
So you're still in some of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Your range is, how many kids again, and how old is your oldest?
6, and she is 17. She turns 18 next year.
Wow, you cover a wide range of parenting, my guy.
From like high teenager all the way down to preschool. Every level.
Driving to diapers. That is FitDadCEO right there.
Mm-hmm. No diapers. We're out of diapers. Finally.
I know you're right. I figured, but
Thank
you
God.
were kind of there. You were like driver's ed in diapers.
Yes. Yes. For a while there.
That's
actually,
wild. Which is great because you probably had to change a couple of your own diapers during driver's ed.
Oh, for 100%. If she would actually, do driver's ed, but she has no interest in driving right now, which is bizarre for me.
Dave, I feel overwhelmed with my schedule most of the time. I have 2 children. They're 10 and 7. And you have all of the children, ranging from older than you to not born yet. And you're a content creator, and you're the FitDadCEO. Literally, how do you have time? Literally, how do you have time?
How?
When they're in school, it's like the most productive amount of time. Like, honestly, like that's where we get the majority of our work done.
You hit the ground running as soon as drop off goes, and then that's incredible.
And you have to be like, even now I'm working with a trainer 3 days a week now. So even as soon as I'm done with him, we only work out for an hour. I'm coming back here and like basically getting to work. So you gotta make those few hours that are left really count.
I'm trying to math it here. I don't see how you could still fit any of that in.
I get back here around like 11:15 a.m. And then basically like they get home 3 o'clock. The youngest gets back home, and so it's only literally like 3-4 hours that we really have any time to do anything. So
that's amazing.
That's pretty awesome that you've got that time for yourself. I think that's. I think a lot of parents can learn from that. Of like,
you're just tired. You're just tired thinking about it.
I know exactly. He's like, oh God, I can't.
It's good that you do it when they're at school, because how often do we promise ourselves that we're going to, like, whether you are a content creator or a parent who work in a full-time job, it's like, kids go to bed, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Then they go to bed and you're like, I'm rocked.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
How do you ever fit a nap in? You must not be a napper.
I'm not a napper. I hate napping. I honestly, only time I actually will nap, it's funny, it actually just happened to me yesterday. I just happened to be sitting here, and for some reason I was sitting in my chair, and then all of a sudden I woke up and I was like, what? When did I fall asleep? I was like, what in the world? I was like, am I a narcoleptic? What happened?
You were watching Spidey and Friends.
I was watching Spidey and Friends, and I got mad and I just went to sleep. But no, I was just sitting in my chair, and I just like, nodded off. But that's about the only nap I take. I don't get tired during the day because I just keep moving. So
the only naps you take are when your body physically shuts down because you gave it a chance to.
That's it.
it's just done. That's amazing.
Yeah, my body was just like, yeah, just go, fade away.
I'm the same. I don't nap. Evan's tried to convince me a couple times. Evan, do you still do that psychotic thing where it's like I don't know, shoot a shot of espresso and then go take a nap?
I haven't done that in a long time. Because I try to do, if I take a nap, it's rare. I haven't done it very much lately, but like try to just do 20 minutes because I've heard it's like either do 20 minutes or 90 minutes. Like those are your windows.
Yeah.
90 minutes is like way too long.
Yeah.
In the middle of the day. So I'll try to, I'll once in a while, I'll do 20 minutes though. And even if, I got to admit, even if I know that I don't fall asleep, because I'll maybe put like a podcast on or something like that to kind of listen to. And I just like, even if I just like shut it down for 20 minutes, I do feel better like standing up out of it and getting back to it.
See, I can't nap during the day. If I nap during the day, I end up
not with that attitude. You can't. You gotta.
I'm with him. I'm with Dave.
I get so groggy coming out of it that it's like
that's why it's got to be 20 minutes. That's got to be 20 minutes. You can't go maybe 10 more. You're screwing yourself.
I feel like I'm like a kid when I go to sleep. I'm asleep. Like that's it for me. I'm down for the night. You know what I mean? If it's 2:00 in the afternoon, sorry, I'm out. I have nothing to offer.
Someday you'll learn.
Yes, when I'm dead.
He's asleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead kind of guy.
Yeah. Yes.
The long nap.
The long nap.
Well, give people a quick story of like how you went from where you were to like the content creation that you're doing now, and how you made it about parenting. Because I think at first you were it was mostly fitness, and then it kind of pivoted into that.
Yeah. So I always had like my social medias, and I was using them basically for my fitness business that I had. And when COVID hit, I was just basically sick of hearing myself say the same thing over and over again about fitness. And I was like, I was looking for something, and I kind of stumbled into like TikTok during that time.
Yeah.
And I just basically joined because my oldest was doing it. And I was like, what is this Musical.ly thing? And then it switched over to TikTok. And I was like, oh, I can do some of these stupid videos. And so I started doing them. And I found out that I was terrible at it. And I wasn't a 17-year-old girl that could do TikTok dances.
And were you really doing it because you were like, oh, I can do that? Or were you being a dad?
No.
Or were you like a proud dad?
At first, I was being like a dad, checking out and seeing what she was looking at on there. I'm like, what is this like TikTok thing that I keep seeing everybody talking about? So I went on there, just checked it out. And then I started seeing some videos, and I was like, look at all these people. I'm getting freaking like TikTok famous and all this other stuff. I'm like, I could do that. And then I was just like, wow, I can't do that. This is bad. And I think it was like a good 6 to 8 months. I think it was 2019. I was just like, I'm never going on the app ever again. Like, I just thought it was the dumbest thing I had ever seen. And I was like, I'm good. I'm just going to stick to my Instagram, like old people, and Facebook. And then I forget what video it was that I saw, and I was like, I can redo that. Like, I can make that video and make it about something that relates to me.
Right.
And then I started doing, I think I did one video. It was like a Carlton dance or something like that. And I'm telling you, if you actually scrolled back way, way, way back to my old TikToks, I would be embarrassed at this point. But that was one of the first ones that started to somewhat get some traction. And I was like, oh my God, that dumb video. I'm like, are you kidding me? And so I started actually doing like more parent comedy, and I started writing like a couple. I don't think I had even started doing really skits at that point. I was doing more like trend stuff, and I was kind of just like pivoting to parenting and with those trends. And one of them took off. I think it was the one we like all did it as a family. I was like showing them how to do like chores around the house, and they were carrying like a notepad around with them, and they were like, oh. And so like that one actually went somewhat viral, and I was like, oh crap, okay, cool. So from that point, I started doing more skits, more things started taking off, and then I got into the dad jokes. And as soon as I got into the dad jokes, that's when it really started to take off. And I did the very first one, and it was technically my first no dummy joke that I did, and I did it totally by accident. And it went viral, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is insane!" I think they got like 2 million views or something like that on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do another one for like 3 months, And it was I did one dad joke and I didn't do another one, and I was like, all my videos weren't working at that time, and I'm like, why? I was like, why did I never go back and do that?
Because it's the Wallace and Gromit approach.
There you go.
It's for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
for me.
it's for me.
Yeah,
we did the same thing with like the first press conference, and it was like, okay, we're not going to do that again just yet, because that's just going to be the thing that the internet's like, great, do that forever. That's your thing, do that forever. And it's like, no, we're not going to want to do that forever. So we sat on it for a while, and it was like, man, maybe we should have just done it for a while.
Well, that's what mine was like. I did the joke, and then it was like 3 months went by, and all my other content was just crap. I don't know what was going on. Nothing was picking up, and it was literally people were just like, I think someone said in the comments like, "Why didn't you do another dad joke?" And I was like, "Oh," and I had done it in that no dummy format, so I got my phone, same thing, saw a dad joke, and I was like, "Let me come up with a different punchline for it."
Yeah,
did that joke, and it went viral. And then from that point on, I started doing 2 to 3 jokes a day, posting 2 to 3 videos a day on TikTok. Then Instagram got involved, and I went from like 10,000 followers on TikTok to like 1 million, I think, in like 2 years or something like that. And then Instagram took over, and I went from, what did I have, 29,000 followers on there already, and then 4 years later, I'm at 1.8 million. I'm about to hit 1.9. So it's like, it's from dad jokes. But what that allowed me to do was it allowed me to like take some time while those jokes were evolving and evolve my other content as well. So it allowed me to like play around with other content that I wanted to do, skits and, entertainment and things like that. And it worked out.
It's funny that you say going back and like looking at some of your earlier stuff, and you're like, oh God, like we have the same feeling too. Like we just got better and better at like, you get better at like your editing and like your timing and like we go back to some of the stuff like we wrote, and it's like, why is this taking so long to get to a joke? Like hurry up. And we're thinking, and we were focused on timing, like we were conscious about it. And then you watch it now, it's like, man, it's crazy how much influence the app has when you watch other videos and see your creation, like how it evolves, even if just like, even to like, okay, 60 seconds, how many jokes can we fit in 60 seconds? And then sometimes you get the note, people are like, I can't even understand you, you're talking way too fast. It's like, all right.
But it's maybe too many. Even like that 1 second of too long of air in a video between like a cut, you notice that now, like, and even when you're editing stuff now, like I forget what video it was that I saw when I went to go search for a video, like an old one, and it was one of the fitness ones that I had done for like a separate fitness TikTok that I had created, and thank God I deleted that a long time ago.
But viewers, let's try to find that, dig it up. Let's go to the archives. Baby.
All right, internet, go
dead.
for it.
That is dead and buried. But it's
FitDadCEO.
No, it wasn't even that though. It was actually, was it? No, it wasn't.
FitDadCEO?
No free feet. Nope. But it was
no. Not for free.
I forget what it was. I had done like a skit or something, and just even the angle at the way I filmed it, I was just like, oh, delete. I was like, I don't even want this in my phone. I was like, get out of here. Like,
yeah, it's pretty wild because you do some stuff that you're like, but like there needs to be a pause there.
Yes,
like it is funnier with a pause, but you're like, but then everyone's gonna stop watching.
Yep.
Fine.
The 3-second rule too. It's like, oh.
But it's funny because your content, the dad jokes are fun because you have this second punchline. So even if somebody knows this joke, I mean, sometimes you just stay for the joke, even if there wasn't an additional punchline. Sometimes you watch something and you go, I know where this is going. I'd like to see it though. But I do think with your dad jokes, what's fun about it is the second punchline because it is funny, and that's got to be fun for you for coming up with like
just even trying to think of them sometimes, or like looking them up or whatever it is. It's like really hard to do. But then also sometimes even just finding a second punchline doesn't always just work. Putting it in the joke, you have to add something else. So like the one joke that I did, and it's funny because he actually kind of like did my joke, and I was like, okay, cool, man. What's it called? Will Smith. He did he literally just posted a video a few days ago, and it was like, how do you find Will Smith in the snow? And he was like, you follow the Fresh Prince. And so I did that joke, And it wasn't just the fact that I added the second punchline. It was when I was playing the son part, he said something like, "Oh, you mean that old guy from like the 90s?" And I was like, "Go to your room." Like I was like, he's a legend, like go to your room. And like literally talking to myself as I'm doing this. And but Will ended up posting that video on his page. Like it's still there to this day. So like it's not just the fact that the second punchline, I was trying to add more personality to it, because it's like I said to my son. So it wasn't, and that's the other element to it. It's not just like, the second punchline. It was like but that was the other controversy. It was like, you keep calling your son a dummy? Like, what is that? And I'm like, I've called him way worse, first of all. So I was like, let's go ahead and get that out of the way. I was like, let's stop that. But it's like, honestly, like dummy, like what are we in, like second grade? You're being offended by that? So yeah, so it was that element of adding like the son into it, plus the second punchline, that people were just like, it just made people talk. That's all it was. And the more engagement it got, the better the joke would do. One of the most controversial jokes I did was like a math joke, and people were literally fighting each other in the comment section. It was hilarious to watch, honestly. Sometimes I actually post jokes just for my own entertainment, just to watch people like fight each other.
Get mad in the comments.
Yes.
I've told the joke twice on two separate TikToks that were unrelated, because I knew it would just infuriate people. Just like it, also a small section of people.
Yes.
Very small, but every time I did it, I was like, it worked.
That's the same thing.
It was just like a dumb person talking to just a normal person. It doesn't even mean a smart person. And just the dumb person said something about, I don't even remember what the prompt is before, but the line is like, "Oh, really? Well, if heat rises, why does ice float?" And just leave it. Nobody answers it. They just like move on and ignore the person. And then the comment section's like, "Oh my God. Okay."
Yeah. Let me explain this to you really quickly.
And they can't resist. And it's my favorite. I've only done it twice.
They can't resist.
I'm probably due to throw it in there again at some point, that line. Because one, it is one of those things where it's like, I know there's a reason. I know it's like density and all that. But at face value, you go, "Oh,
that's the thing. You just need the thought, the quick little.
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
That's how it is a solid.
Before
But let me explain this to them really quickly.
Just in case he doesn't know.
Just
in case.
No, but what's real fun, because you're always going to get those people that are going to be negative to you. And I think why you have such a good following, because you have a good following, is because everybody knows you're joking. Because I think a lot of your content, like, no dummy, like you're annoyed at this son, at this fake son.
Yeah.
And then like some of your other content that's definitely gone viral, like when I'm going to go to my kid's house when they're adults and you and your wife just start like stomping through and throwing like crackers in the couch and all that stuff. It's all like, I don't want to say negative content, but it's like, you guys are just, you kids bother me so much, and I'm giving it back to you. And I think why you have grown the way you've grown is like, with the exception of the few people that are of course going to exist, because it's the internet, it's everybody. Most of the people are just like, nah, he likes his kids. We're all pretty pissed off about that too. I think that's the thing, is like you're pressing that button that you're like, Evan and I have gotten it a few times too, where people are like, obviously you love your kids. And it's just like, oh, most of it's complaining, but it's complaining because you're involved, because exactly. The reason you can make that joke is because you are putting in the work.
You've been there,
and you've experienced it.
Yes,
you can't make the joke if you haven't experienced it,
exactly.
And because you have that knowledge and that experience. So it is funny that people will dog on you, because it's like, I'm there and I love them and I'm there because I love them. Relax.
I mean, listen. The easiest way for, I think, any parent content creator to make content is to find the pain points of parenting, which is all of parenting. It's all pain.
Yeah.
And it's all pain. And you can pick out whatever point in your day or a year or month or week or whatever it is, or even just like a phase of life. That's why recently I've been doing more teenage content, because I totally forgot, like, I have teenagers. Like, we're going through this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as soon as I started doing that, because my content had slowed down over the last, I would say, not recently, but beginning of the year, it was like really slow, and I was actually losing followers at one point. And I didn't know why, I didn't know what was going on, and none of my content seemed to be working. And then I started changing up some stuff, doing a little bit longer skits, doing a little bit more intricate skits. And then I started doing the teenage stuff. And I was like, I don't know why I'm not doing more of this. But the thing that I think separates, like, even you guys, I think what separates us from other content creators that is kind of an annoyance to me a little bit is we don't actually include like our kids' names or like what's going on, or like you're not trying to embarrass them. You're just you're basically making a community of other parents, and that's how I found you guys. Like, I would never found your content if you weren't like-minded parents. You know what I mean? Like, if you weren't involved, if you weren't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I when we first started the podcast alone, it was like we thought, well, I think it's more interesting to speak about your experience as the parent rather than just like, it's the same. Like, if you just talk about how annoying your kids are and like, it's this, you're just the parent that like shows a picture of your kids to everybody. It's like, yeah, I know I got kids too, man. You know, like it's more entertaining for us to like talk about the mistakes we make and how stupid we feel and like. Make the same mistake again and how stupid I felt, you know, like that kind of stuff and how it feels. And that's then I think you start to really feel like you're building a sense of community because other parents reach out to you and be like, oh my God, I've done that same thing before. Or, oh my God, I felt the same way when my kid actually did it this way or whatever. But it's like, rather than, you know, like I said, just dunking on how annoying your kids are. It's like, that's only so interesting for so long, you know, because it's more about the parents' experience, I think, especially modern, like, the modern father is like, our dads didn't have the internet at their disposal. And like the community is so much bigger and it feels, it's a tighter knit community. Your village is bigger when you can reach out and talk to different parents across the globe. I mean, I'm sure how many people reach out to you. They're like, oh man, I live in Australia. I love all your jokes. I mean, it's like, the amount of times we've gotten messages from people in Brazil. It's like, this is insane, you know?
Yeah,
that's to know that like the community of parents is like pretty much the same experience, like literally internationally, is pretty amazing.
I mean, I think I remember when I first like really started getting engagement and I was like, oh my goodness, this person is in Portland? This is crazy. I was like, this is amazing. Portland? I'm like, it's the same country, dude. Like, what?
Yeah. That's a different time zone.
It's a totally different time zone.
Oh, I thought Portland was a country.
Yeah.
Got it. What about Portlandia? That's like
Portlandia. Yeah.
Darn it.
It's a different universe.
Yeah.
Talking about parenting, Dave, so do you think, because I know the answer is it's different every time with every kid. I got 2 kids. When I had my first, that was a journey. And then the second one came, and every little thing that I did, I was like, oh, it's a different approach. This is going to be different. You know, we all have that moment where we're like, oh, I remember this. And then it's like, oh, it's not the way that I remember it. Do you feel now, especially with like the lower half of the kids, the bottom 3, do you feel like you feel pretty confident now? Because I just have 1 and 2 to go off of. So on the second one, it was like, yeah, no, different.
It's shaking his head.
You have a 6. How you been doing? How you been holding up with 6?
So the first 3, and I'll say the 2 oldest, they were kind of like our experiment, and they had to go through like all the crap, unfortunately, the mistakes, the everything. And then the last 4, which is like insane to even say the last 4, is like, who says that? The last 4, like, no, I would even say like, no, Sophie, like our third, like the middle child, she's in like that top 2, I would say. So I would say the 3 youngest, they're the ones that this
is turning into a math problem.
It is turning into a math. But these are those words. How many apples, if you took this
the bottom 4 with the top 2.
Yeah.
Well, the middle 3. What's happening?
The middle child of 6. What?
Yeah. So the last 3, probably, I would say they don't get as much attention as the first 3 did, because there's just a lot more people to have to spread that attention to. And like we always joke around, like the first 2, like we used to read books to them every single night. We used to do like take them to the aquarium all the time, like all this stuff. And like there's like just not time to do all the rest of that stuff. So it's like, it's almost like everything is like going down crap mountain, you know what I mean? Like, and the youngest is just gonna get what's left over, you know what I mean? So no, I'm just kidding. But it's
on crap mountain.
Mountain. Everything.
Don't eat off crap mountain. I've told you how many times I tell you don't.
5-second rule does not exist on Crab Mountain.
Not on Crab Mountain at all. No. But honestly, it is very it is cliche because to say it's different with each one, but the approach is sort of the same. It's just every kid's attitude is different. But for us, now that we have teenagers, we're juggling not only this youngest like temper tantrums constantly, but we're dealing with teenage temper tantrums.
Yeah,
which are two totally different things, but sort of the same.
There we go.
They both have the most extreme problems they've ever gone through in their lives
ever,
and they both just need a nap.
And they both just need a nap and a snack.
Exactly, and they just wake up perfect.
It's a good default. Yeah,
it's not cliche to say because, I think the mistake we all make as parents is you have your first, you experience that, you fall on your face the whole time. Then you have your second, and I think it's like, can I have this? Can I win this one? And the problem is you're approaching it the same way you're approaching it differently in that you're approaching with the knowledge you had of the first, but like with your first, you didn't have another one that also was needing things, needed to go to the park, needed to go to class, needed to go. And so you've been doing that 5 times, you had second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It was like, every time it was like you're juggling the kid. So it's not cliche to say because it's your experience and it's just so hard.
They're all learning from each other. They're learning all the tips and tricks and all the crap that they got away with. So by the time our youngest is older, he'll be running our house like, no problem. We'll just give me your credit card. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Here you go, whatever. So like it's good. It's basically like, and I would have to say probably he came out of the womb being a devil child. I would say our second to last is the one who actually learned everything from her older siblings, and she walks around talking like a baby, but inside she's not at all. And
she knows what she's doing.
She knows exactly what
she's doing.
The other one, the youngest, is just being the youngest. That's all he's being. So he's playing his part like he's supposed to. She's playing a role. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm assuming at times they may not, but do they all get along pretty well? I mean, does the 17-year-old help out because she's got like little brothers and sisters, does she care for them in that way? No, it's six individuals.
Excellent.
His laugh.
She can't wait to get the hell out of here. Like she is like primed and ready to go to college so fast. Yeah. No, she does help. If we ask her to like babysit, she gives us like hell about it, but she'll babysit.
Yeah.
She does take care of them very well when we need her to. But other than that, she's kind of like Batman. Like she's in the shadows, you know what I mean? And whenever I turn and see the fridge door open, it might be her. It might just be a ghost. I don't know.
You're Commissioner Gordon.
Yep.
And you're like, hey, for the last Spirit Week.
She's exhibiting behaviors of like she's got that many younger siblings. She's like, there's no way in hell I'm having kids anytime soon.
She was ready to get out of there so quick. I think she got accepted to her first college application a few weeks ago. Actually, it was over a month ago. So she's making plans. Yeah.
I mean, I get that.
So do I. I'm one of 4, so I get it.
House of 8. It's like, what if it was just a house of one person else in the dorm? That'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's so quiet here.
She's gonna have a sound machine at college, and it's just things breaking.
And screaming and running its hallways, and she's probably just gonna ask us to like turn FaceTime on, and she'll be asleep in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Should we get into our dumb bad moments?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I got a good one this week.
Okay, all right. We are gonna get now into our dumb dad moments. For us, for Evan and I, it's what we did this week that wasn't great. For you, Dave, it can be whatever. It can be this week. It can be all time. Evan, you seem pretty excited. You want to lead us off?
Yeah, it's my dumb dad moment this week is brought to you by the holiday spirit and just double checking and reading, finer detail kind of stuff.
Uh-oh.
So here we are. It's the spirit of holiday season. What do you do? What does every family do? You got to take your family photo or choose the best family photo throughout the year that you liked the most.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that this year. My wife
I haven't done that yet, by the way.
Yeah,
Me
my
neither.
wife.
No, I don't know if it's happening.
Yeah, it's kind of late now.
Yeah.
My wife, we're going through picking the card. Okay, this is one we like. We like the card. And then we design the card, and then you order the card, and you're like, and I will say this as well. We felt really like we were doing a good thing here because the last few years it was a little late, and then it became happy holidays. Happy holiday season card, not a Christmas card because it was like, yeah,
throw a couple hearts on there. You got a Valentine's Day card.
That's
Happy
right.
Martin Luther King Day.
So this year it was kind of like
St. Patrick's Day.
This year it was kind of like, all right, let's just kind of try to make sure if we can to be as diligent as we can about getting some stuff done early in the season, right? So we ordered our cards. We get them back. We open up the box. There's however many, and there's 150 or however many you order. Mm-hmm. And we're going through them. Oh, they turned out so nice. We love the picture. And over on the back, it looks nice. And we're all excited about it, right? Both my wife and I like the card. Our 7-year-old points out that it's my name, my wife's name, my name, and my daughter's name. Left our son out completely.
Oh, God.
It says Evan twice on the list of our family names. And
you went back and checked? Is that what you ordered?
Yeah, 100%.
You wrote Evan. You wrote, okay.
Like Evan, wife's name, Evan, daughter's name.
That
no
is
son.
what you
He's in
call
the photos.
Brain fart.
What?
Yeah.
I would just tell people you renamed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy to do.
Junior. Junior, get in here, Junior.
So my wife has been diligently like lining a little white out and then carefully writing his name in little pen, which looks really good. She's done a very nice job. And it's like, if you notice it, you notice it. If not, people may not look. But we are giving my son the opportunity to like cross it out and write his own name and be like, I live here too, Mom and Dad, and then sign it. And that's going out to some of our, close family. Because some of the people are not going to get it, like if he does that. I'm also not going to be like, hey, we made a mistake, so you have to fix 200 of these things. So like we let him do a few of them, just people that would love the joke. But man, how many sets of approvals and eyes did it go through and just never noticed it?
I think it's nice that your wife is covering up your mistakes, because I think this is an opportunity for you to Bart Simpson it and just write, I know my son's name is, and then write it.
I know, but
his name is.
I know, but like,
and just along the top, and then just cross it out and put an arrow. And then wrote, Evan ordered this card.
My handwriting is too whimsical, and it would be noticeable immediately if I tried to fix it.
Define whimsical.
I was going to say whimsical.
It's not the same every time.
See, that's mine. I see people with the same handwriting all the time, and I don't know. My wife's handwriting is like different personalities or like.
I think this could be that. I mean, like, I'm definitely like an artistic brain kind of person, but like my wife's handwriting, it could be a font. It's so consistent. And so, she can do a really little. And so just the way that she figured out, I was like, are you really going to do that? And then she showed it to me and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. I was like, I might be able to do the first 3 like that. And then the laziness would come in there.
Different. Yep.
Yeah. And it would change. So yeah, just spending a ton of money on Christmas cards that don't have my full family's name set in them. That's my dumb dad moment. Good Lord.
You win.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad because it's on the backside, so the picture's in the front.
Pictures on the front.
The part that they tape to wherever is
you won't see it.
Okay. Because if I were to get that card, I'm going to clock that white out immediately.
I know you will.
And I will go into the garage and I will press my nanotech tool kit to start scraping away at that to be like, what did he write?
What's under there?
What's under that?
Say? We can hang it up when I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing magnifying glass.
That reminds me.
A steamer. A steamer to reactivate the glue. We're going to be scraping that off.
That reminds me when I was probably like middle school or something. I went into my parents' room and my dad was wrapping gifts, and he was like wrapping a gift like around the outside, not on top. It was like a nice box, but he was like just putting wrapping paper around the outside of it. And I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, and he showed me, he like untaped it and he's like, I tried to write your brother's name really nicely, but he misspelled it. And he was like, oh, what the hell? it's just one of those things that you're not thinking. And he was like, but I did it in Sharpie on this nice box. And I was like, oh my God. So he's like, so I was only going to really kind of hide it with one. And he goes, so I turned it around and I did the same exact mistake on the other side. I misspelled it twice in a row. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. And so he was trying to just like covertly wrap around it. Cause he's like, if I wrap the whole thing, he'll just tear it off and notice. And I was like, well, I noticed now. So, so of course there was no way. Like Christmas morning, I was like, why don't you open up that? Why don't you peel off
that one up right
by the side?
Yeah.
Let's just switch it up. Let's switch it up this year. Let's do side openings. Don't go by the folds.
It's so good. I was like, you should have just thrown the box away.
Just get a new box.
Burn the box. Burn the little side of it. Char it.
Yeah.
Make it look like a pirate's map.
Yeah. You never would have won a thing if he would have just simply gotten rid of the box.
That's pretty good. My dumb dad moment is brought to you by just being overscheduled and then thinking I can do it, and then promising you can do it.
Yeah, you can't.
And then realizing you haven't done it yet. So long-time listeners of this podcast will know I'm on the PTA fundraising chair. It's not a big deal. Still don't have a desk, but
not a big deal. But he mentions it all the time.
Well, no one else does, so I got to do it. No one else is bringing it up, so I'm gonna do it. So I've started a day job. I'm working, Monday through Friday. So I told them, I was like, I'm gonna be stepping away, but I can still do the fundraising stuff. Is mostly paperwork and online stuff. I was like, I can still do that, guys. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And then I was just like, I was keeping track of it. And guys, I was doing really well. Okay, I was doing a really good job. All right, for a really long time. And by that I mean from like August till now.
Yeah, your voice is getting higher and higher as you were saying you did such a good job.
Well, here's the thing. Our treasurer had to step down. She had some health issues, and so she wasn't able to do it anymore. And I knew that a couple weeks ago and didn't flag anything in my brain. I was just like, that's fine. That's nothing. Like, we'll figure that out. They'll cross that bridge.
I'm to the list.
I'm just the paperwork guy. Yeah. Nobody worry about me. I'm the paperwork guy. And then, and this is the person who's just like, text from the PTA. I'll check them later. I check them later. Like, I'm very like, everything that happens, I did the paperwork. Other than that, I'm for the most part not involved now, which is a vast difference from what it used to be, where I was like setting everything up, breaking everything down, was there from like, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It was insane. And now it's just like, I'll do the paperwork and then you're good. So then one day at work, I go, I really should get the paperwork started on that movie night. And you're supposed to do this stuff like 2 months in advance because Los Angeles takes a very long time to approve these things. And I was already past that point because we're having it January. It's important to everybody know it's the end of January. We're having this event. The recording of this, for people that know, it's just before Christmas. It's going to come out after Christmas. But just so you know, it's mid-December. I only say that because around Monday of this week, I went, God, I really got to do that paperwork. Why don't you do it right now? There's a lull at your work. I always bring my personal laptop to work and I go, let's do that now. And I start filling everything out. And then it's like, upload your insurance form. And I was like, you got it. And then I look and I pull up the insurance form and it expires January 1. And I was like, wow, hold on. That means this event's going to get declined. And you know when you ask a question to somebody and you know what the answer is, but you're like, I just want to hear you say it in the off chance that
something is going to be different.
I'm in the multiverse, and they're like, no, those people don't do that. And I just asked somebody, I said, who re-ups the insurance on the PTA?
That would be the paperwork guy.
That would be no. That would be fine. That would be an easy fix, Evan. That would be an easy fix. That would be a phone call. I said, who re-ups the insurance? They go, well, it's the treasurer because she pays for it. And I was like, we don't have a treasurer. And they're like, yeah. So then,
and let's just stay on the hypothetical.
Is like a treasurer a real role, or is that more of like a state of being? Because like I have money in a bank account. Does that make me a treasurer? You know what I mean? Like, what is a treasurer? You know what I mean? Treasurer
What
doesn't exist
exactly?
anymore.
Let's talk. What exactly is a treasurer? You know,
I think.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I think it's silly that we have these. You know, I think it's silly that we have these titles.
Mhm.
We're all PTA members.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Together.
Yeah. And together we're the treasure. I have to go make a phone call. So so there I am on Monday. The person who's like just filling out the paperwork, making sure like this is good for restaurant night, this is good for the back to school, all this. Then out of nowhere, they're getting a text from me going, "We need to have an emergency PTA meeting this Thursday to assign a treasurer, or we can't have any more events."
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "This Thursday, it's happening." And they were like, "Okay." And we made the appointment. And everybody's like, "Well, Kevin's appeared out of nowhere." And then I get there and they're like, "But like, what's this for?" And I was like, "So the movie night that's like is I haven't done anything yet, and I can't do anything yet until I have insurance." And they're like, "We have insurance." I was like, "Till January 1, the paperwork, I have to think 2 months in advance." I haven't thought about a lot in advance. 2 months, didn't think about it. So it's a dumb down moment in that it's not resolved at all. But I will keep you posted. Hopefully.
Let us
And
know.
Here's the thing. We can't have it at school, kids. I'm going to play it on my big screen TV, and you can sit in my yard. None of you can come in. You're messy.
You don't need
and I don't
insurance
want
for that.
But I got a bay window. You guys
Yeah.
can see through it. I'll open the window so you can hear. Turn it up. It's the best we'll do.
Bongo.
That's tough. That's a tough L to take.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. It might. You know what? It might be a W.
Hey, you know what? It might just work out for no reason at all.
It
you're in the
might work out,
multiverse.
and I might learn nothing
Yeah,
from this,
that's
which
right.
happens too often.
Yeah, alternative timeline. You might just have insurance, actually.
Mhm.
You keep asking questions. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Right. Like, what is a treasurer?
What,
What
what
does
is
that
a
mean?
treasure to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you
Because
define it?
my
Because
definition
I know
is
what I
different.
think it is. I know what I
Yeah.
think it is. I don't need to explain it to you. What do you think it is?
I think the real treasure is the smiles on the kids' faces when we hold these events. So in a way, we're all the treasurers. That's the real treasure. Can we also make this happen so I can see the smiles on their faces? Otherwise, nobody has treasure.
Yeah,
And we're
Yes,
bankrupt.
there will be no
here's my
smiles.
insurance paperwork.
Yeah.
Last year, it was weird. They wrote a 5 there. It was supposed to be a 6. So it's 2026. Definitely was not amended by Evan's wife with nice handwriting.
Are you sure she didn't get the 2-year deal?
All right, Dave.
I
Fit
mean,
Dad, have you ever made a mistake?
6 kids.
I have. I mean, I've done
6 kids,
I've
almost
done
18
plenty.
years. What have you done?
That's what I mean. I always try to think of these things, and I remember the last time you guys asked me that. I'm asking Jackie, and I'm like I know I do like dumb stuff all the time, and she's like, no, you do dumb stuff like all the time, and I was like, okay, all right,
Helping but not helping.
What specifically? And she was like, I don't know why, I just can't think of it. And I was like, so I just live one dumb existence is basically what it is. One full dumb dad existence is what it is.
Constant flow.
The one thing I can point out, it's not one specific moment from this week, but it's from this entire school year. So our third oldest, she went to middle school this year, and we have 2 younger ones in elementary school and 1 in preschool. Now, I've known my older kids' friends for a long time. And I know the names, I know the faces now, okay? The younger 4, they all blend together. And there's just so many of them. There's
a bunch of
so
6, 7s
many
running around.
Oh my, there's so many Haleys and so many like Declans, and I'm like, I'm sure I know your parents. I can't remember who you are, is all it is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think my dumb dad moment from just this entire school year is just never knowing these kids' names. And they're literally like, I feel like they're at my house like at least once a week at every grade level. It's ridiculous. So I'm usually just like, hey, Haley, what are you doing here? How are you? Good to see you. How are your parents? How are they? Them? Are they both? Are they good?
Are they still married?
Are they still?
How's 3rd grade going? Or how did it go? Did you like it? Where
did you like that? Did you like the class that you're in with Sophie? Is that what it is? You're with? It is. I knew it. I knew that's who it was. Great. Awesome. So
I love that so much. I mean, I don't expect you. I mean, how would you be able to keep track? I mean, you
Jackie does. I don't know how she does it. She knows all these kids' names, the
she's
parents'
a mom.
names.
I could see your wife later though, like after you send a kid off, the parent comes and picks him up, and your wife going, "Who the hell was that?" And
Oh yeah,
like,
no, for sure
that
that
was
happens.
that was George, and she's just like, "We don't know him."
Yeah,
And
how'd that kid get in here?
But he came in here. It was like he knocked on the door, and you let him in, and you just
Said he
assumed
wanted
he was
a
one of our
snack.
friends, and you just let him in.
I just assumed he knew somebody.
Yeah, he's really polite.
Yeah,
he's very polite. He said, "Can I take this?" Oh, he has some of your jewels.
Oh, that actually wasn't a kid. That was just a little person.
He said he liked the Fantastic Four outfit, so I showed him, and then
and he walked out with it.
He walked out with it.
The full mannequin.
It's the Invisible Woman with his sleight of hand.
No, it's like it's impossible, honestly, to keep track of all of their friends. And it's not even just like school. It's school, sports, the other activities they have going on, core. I mean, band, you name it. It's just like, hey, Mr. Ogleton. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Don't talk to me. So I was like, I don't talk to strangers. Yeah.
Don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, sorry, I don't talk to strangers.
Every cliche you can think of. Are you? Yeah, you're a little taller than last time I saw you. Huh?
Yeah.
How about that? Whatever the hell your name is.
I actually can really relate to that, Dave, because today, my son, he got like a present from a kid at school, and he just went, "Guess who I got a present from school today?" And I went, "Who?" And he goes, "I want you to guess." And I went,
No.
It's not gonna happen, man.
No, you don't.
It's not happening. And he was just like standing there. He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna give you an option." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Multiple choice. I have a chance." And he was just like, "So table A is, Dave, Evan, Kyle, and Chris." And I was like, "Great. Okay, so I think it's like, I'm not done. Table B is," and I was like, "Well, hold on." He named like 4 tables or 6 tables, 4 kids each. And then he's like, "So which table do you think it's from?" And I'm looking,
pick the kid.
I'm looking past him, and my wife's on the couch, and she's just going. And I was like, What are the tables? I'm looking down at him, looking up at her, going, I don't. What are you saying?
She's making it worse.
And she was just saying something. Text me. And then I'm just
text me.
Yeah, I know. She pulled out her phone at one point, and I thought she was, and I was like, "Oh, cool, nice." And then she was just looking at me, going, just mouthing, going. I was like, "I don't know. It's And then I would just like shout half a name, and she would look at me confused, going, "Well, it's not what I was doing at all." And it's like, "You're not helping." And he would look at me, going, "I don't what? No." So table C is, and it was bad. And I eventually told me, I guessed one thing, and I guessed like Aiden, and it was like Derek or something. It was bad. It's like, and she looked at me too, and I was like, Aiden. She went, gave me that like arms up.
That's not what I said.
That's not what I said at all. It's like,
he doesn't even know anybody like that. It's like, I love you, little buddy. I don't care what he gave you or who it was. Just show it to me.
I'm just happy you're friends.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know each other's name?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Good.
Because you didn't used to do that. Mm-hmm. And what's good about that is, don't get upset about not knowing their names, because when you get to be my age, you'll never know anyone's names.
Exactly.
It was a trick question, Dad. It came from classroom 32, and I'm in 33. So shows how much you know about all the kids in my class's names.
Yeah.
I went on. I chaperoned my kid's 5th grade field like overnight weekend this year, and that was like the first time I was like, I know all these kids' names, no idea who they are, what they look like, because my son talks about all these people all the time, and they go to chaperone in this whole class. I'm like, no, okay, oh, you're this kid. Oh, that's who you are. Thought you'd be taller. It seems like you're the mean one. How come you're being so nice to me? Like, it was so funny to like put the name to the face of these people that my son has talked about for like 3 years, and I don't even know. I don't know who any of these kids are.
That's the worst. I mean, it's bad enough when we're adults, but when you have to deal with like 100 kids and try to figure out who they are just by what your kid's describing them as, it's even worse.
You're like, hi, what's your name? Tiffany? Oh, hi, wait, Tiffany. All right.
You say your kids kids have so many activities. Is there a limit to how many activities your kids are allowed to be involved in?
Yes, and we actually do. We actually regulate that as well. Yeah. And especially like our oldest son, he'll do every sport known to man if he could. But we are slowly intervening and like, how do I say this?
If you don't score a goal, you can't play it anymore.
Manipulating him to not. No, manipulating sounds like a bad word.
That doesn't sound like a great.
But now we know that's what it is. So you can kind of lean into
it is what it is.
You can pretend it's not.
We're talking him out of certain sports. He doesn't like baseball. He's never liked baseball, thank goodness, because it's just too slow of a sport. Now he's down to football, basketball, lacrosse. Those are the three that he does back to back to back. They don't overlap, thank goodness. So it's just one season after the next. I don't care if it's one season after the next, but between our oldest daughter's cheer schedule and his schedule, and then now our other kids are all in sports, it's like we have this like skylight calendar. We're constantly, it looks like we're like literally Tony Stark, like
press stop. Let's move this over to 7 o'clock. Blah, 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 blah.
I wish if your watch could do that. Boop, and then it shows up in front of your face. You're like, what do I have today? Oh my God, I got overlapping.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Here's the thing. You can do whatever sport you want as long as your sister's a cheerleader for it, because that's 2 birds, 1 stone.
Exactly. That actually was a good thing this year, is that a lot of the football stuff he was involved with. So even though it was like a totally different team, but like she also does basketball cheer as well too. So their like schedules sort of line up. So it works out.
That's not bad.
That's all you can hope for. That's all you can really hope for. Aligning schedules.
Well, Dave, we're going to do some move on from the dumb dad moments, and we're going to move into our kind of our end of the pod questions that we do for some of our guests. Just generic questions that we like to ask everybody. See what their answers could be. See if any of them line up. Was there something from your childhood, either yours or your wife's, that you were excited to incorporate into your family when you became a dad? Something that you had in your childhood that was like, yeah, I can't wait to do that with my family.
No, so it was actually what I didn't do that I was excited to incorporate. So I didn't celebrate holidays as a kid. And so I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't, I was too busy knocking on doors, you know what I mean? So it was now as soon as I became an adult, I was like, see you guys, I'm out of here from this one. And I was like, welcome, Mariah Carey, where are you at for the holidays?
Where have you been? And I as well.
So I was like, I was ready. As soon as like we had kids, I was super excited about Christmas. Like Christmas is like one of my favorite holidays. So like being able to just do like anything and everything that like involved Christmas, I was so ready to do when I became a dad.
That's fantastic. How about something that has there been a moment before where you thought, you know what, I actually nailed that situation? And then what was the thing that reminded you right away that you didn't?
So it was, they always do this like parents versus kids thing, and for soccer at the end of the season. And I was kicking these kids were seeing what it was like to it was like Lionel Messi versus all these kids. Okay. And
no change on them, but you were Lionel Messi. Interesting choice on that.
So I was going balls to the walls, and I told these kids, you watch the master. Okay.
Yeah.
From someone who's never played soccer before.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I kicked one kid in the face.
Yep, there it is. Was waiting on that one.
Hell yeah. Lay him out.
Welcome to Crap Mountain. You guys are all on it.
Right down. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't eat that. It's coming down.
It was. So I almost kicked one kid in the face. I think I missed about 3 different goals, but to me, it looked like I was majestic out there. You know what I mean? Like, but now thinking back afterwards, I definitely wasn't.
You were just that dad.
That dad.
Chasing his, chasing his youth all around.
It was majestic, and I imagine you with like a Fabio wig in slow motion.
Have you ever seen that episode of It's Always Sunny where Mac, it's the whole crew, and they're singing, I forget what song they're singing, and to them it seems like they're singing it amazing.
Oh yeah.
But then it comes down to the last note and it switches the camera, a hard cut to them just like
Yeah.
That's kind of what that was. In my head, it looked like it was great, but it definitely was not.
So you check the tape. Let's look at the tape for the highlights.
I'm like pulling up the hammy. I'm like
I'm just going to delete that for you, and then we're going to go to recently deleted and clear cache. There we go.
That's gone permanently.
All right, last one we'll go with. Now, I'm very interested to hear your answer on this one as a father of 6, but more importantly, as somebody who has a 17-year-old. So now you've had 17 years of experience, almost 18. We all know it's worth it. We love our kids, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. What is something from parenting that needs to go away forever?
Staring at it right now. It's all these awards that these kids get. These like,
okay.
Listen, I'm a fan of the awards. I love them. And I as you know, we coach their basketball, their little league, like you name it, all their stuff. And it's like, oh, here come the little mini trophies. So we have to spend another $12 per. And they're now all just sitting in my office, and they could care less about them at all. I was like, can we just like get them to like focus for 5 seconds before we give them an award? How about that one? So to me, it's all of the like, you showed up for soccer awards. Thank you. Those are the awards to me that like, we don't need to reward every single thing known to man.
So what you're describing is not an award. It is the brown bag with the sippy cup with the juice box and the orange and the cookie in it. That's what you're describing.
Yes.
Because they showed up. Here you go. You get this.
Yep.
You can have that. We don't need to give you a trophy. You're here, which is fair because honestly, they're jazzed about it. They're like blue Gatorade, but to them, trophies are like swag. Like, you ever go anywhere with a kid and somebody's like you go to street fair and like an insurance company is like, we got a wheel, and the kids are like, can we spin it?
Yep.
And then they spin it, and they get a magnet or a sticker or a koozie, and the kids are like, look what I won. I was like, you're never gonna see that again.
Dude, we're walking through the airport, and Frontier is like has a spin wheel at their gate, and we're not going to the Frontier gate. Okay, we're walking past it.
You are now
because we're trying exactly. And
Smart.
They're like, I just want to spin it. I'm like, what even are they giving away? And they're like, oh, we're giving away our mascot. I'm like, what the hell's Frontier's mascot? I was like, getting us there? What do you mean? Like, what is your mascot? I was like, I don't even understand what it was. Like a lizard or something. I have no idea. But every one of them had to spin the wheel. Then we get to our gate to make sure that the plane's there, because as a dad, you gotta make sure the gate's actually there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Check the gate.
So we check the gates there, and first thing they ask, can we go back to the spin wheel again? Come on. No.
You can't double spin a wheel.
No.
That's rules.
Because no one else wanted to. That's why.
They're gonna know it's you. We rolled up as a team.
No, they asked for like a fake mustache and like, this nose with the glasses.
Give me the neck pillow.
Yeah. They were like, no, what do you mean? I wasn't here before.
Oh, no. Well, us? Well, I don't think so. Yeah, your dad's Fit Dad. He's right there. I know who he is. And which one of you is the dummy?
Yeah. Oh, that question. Oh my God. People actually ask that question. So which one's the dummy?
Yeah, it's like, think about it, man. None of them.
I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, literally, it's me holding a phone. You could tell.
Just say, don't be stupid.
Seriously.
Obviously, we didn't bring him. That's what you just got to say.
We checked him, otherwise he'd get lost.
Yeah. We told him he's in charge of the fish. He's at home.
We don't even own a fish.
We don't even own a fish.
Okay.
He's just going to spend 4 days looking for it.
He's going to be looking for it, and he's going to be real upset he lost it.
Yeah. I don't know how to break this to you guys, but I think I lost our fish.
That's okay, buddy. We appreciate you trying. Here's a bag of Sun-Kissed.
Yeah.
Buddy. Here's a bag of Frontier mascot.
Frontier swag.
And then he goes, a lizard? And you're like, I was surprised too.
Because if the tail end of the plane breaks off, I don't think it grows back. I'm not sure what they're doing there with the Frontier. It's got to be. It's no way it's a lizard.
I forget what it is. It's some weird. It was the most random animal. I forget what it is. I don't know. I got to look it up. Let's see. Frontier mascot.
It's like Lou Ferrigno.
What airline has a mascot?
They just need to focus on getting people. It's a bear. That's what it is. It's a bear.
A bear.
Yes.
Sure. Sure,
and it's not even a consistent bear. It's like one's a polar bear, one's a brown bear. It's just bears. It's not even like a
bears
mascot.
in general.
Because when your flight is delayed, it's not delayed. It's hibernating.
There it is.
And on that note,
well, before we go, we're gonna need a dad joke from the king of dad jokes.
We are gonna need a dad joke to finish this out.
Oh man!
Come on, what's the one your kids hate the most?
Chamber.
Oh God, this is the one I tell everybody. Why doesn't Peter Pan tell dad jokes?
Why?
Because a punchline never lands.
There it is.
There it is.
I actually have a shirt that says the same thing. So.
Love it. FitDadCEO Dave Ogleton. Give him a follow at FitDadCEO. We know that you have Full Grown, your show. Tell us a little bit about that real quick before we go.
So it's a new project I'm working on, and just think Hot Ones meets dad jokes, and then that's basically what it is. So we're gonna be interviewing some really awesome people. You're gonna see Kevin and Evan on there at some point.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do some dad jokes. We're gonna do a dad joke battle. You may see some familiar faces from movie, TV, music, as well, other content creators. And we're just going to have a really good time talking and laughing.
Love it.
And people can find that on YouTube?
On YouTube, yep. And it's under my name, FitDadCEO.
FitDadCEO.
Love it. The name is perfect for the guy that tells all of the dad jokes, many of which are cringy, not because of you, because dad jokes in general.
That's what they are.
And then they're just cringy. And then it's called Full Grown. I was like, that is just the best possible name. It's one of those things you hear and it's like, damn it, how did we not think of that?
I was like, gross. I literally, I'm not even kidding. I think I have a list and I just like scratched off names. Yeah. I still write like an old person with a pen and paper. And I'm just writing names down. And I was like, I think I said something else. And then I was just like, I'm like, what is the most annoying thing? Like, what is it that you get out of the joke? And I was like, you eye roll, groan. And then I saw the word full and I was like, full grown. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I got something. I think I even texted my managers. I was like, I got it. I figured it out.
That's amazing.
And then I didn't record a video for it for 6 months.
That's about right. Too excited on the name. Too hyped. You had like
I
18 boxes of merch and you hadn't done a single thing yet.
I was like, guys, wait a minute. We don't have a guest. Hold on a second.
What is that bomber jacket? Shirts. We'll see, won't we? You've been wearing it for a year.
And we got a wheel. If you want to spin it.
You can win merch. What?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Dave, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Everybody, please rate and review this podcast if you haven't done so already. Thanks to Verdú on SoundCloud for the music of this podcast. Thanks to my wife, Annie, for the editing of this podcast. Follow at FitDadCEO.
That's right.
All the best dad jokes out there. Thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Welcome to the world, little one. Welcome to life.
How do I stop this?